Everyone needs a hero. Someone they can look to for help when the world around them is descending into chaos. Our heroes always seem so glorious, rushing into battle ready to do whatever it takes to save the day. I should be focused on the battle, but I can't help but wonder what it's like to be a hero. I imagine it feels something like this. No one said heroes got along without cracking a few skulls. For Honor currently features 12 playable characters and 4 character classes. Today we're going to talk about the Warden, a Vanguard class. Simple and efficient, the Warden is a well-rounded fighter that can go toe-to-toe with every other character in For Honor. Though he lacks the evasive capabilities of the Assassins and the defensive prowess of heavy classes, his easy-to-understand moveset when combined with expert knowledge of the game's fundamentals makes for a devastating combination. The Warden has 3 attack chains. They aren't any different from the chains of other characters, but his light attacks have special properties depending on the direction they're initiated from. If you connect a side light attack, you can quickly follow up with a second light attack that cannot be defended against. This can help you advance your chains faster, or it can lead into a shoulder bash, which we'll talk about later. Light attacks initiated from the top are called crushing COUNTERSTRIKE and have a superior block property, which means they'll block attacks and follow up with a strike. When successfully blocking an attack with crushing COUNTERSTRIKE, your attack will deal additional damage. Shoulder bash is the move the Warden is known for. Like the other bashes and headbutts, this ability can be initiated after a dodge to the left, right, forward, or backward. It can be charged for a stronger knockback and increased stamina damage. A fully charged shoulder bash grants super armor, in other words, it can't be interrupted. It can also be cancelled at the start of the charging phase, but cannot be cancelled once the charge is too far along. The shoulder bash can also be changed into a guard break before it connects. Finally, the shoulder bash can splat enemies against walls. That's a lot of stuff packed into one move, but there's more. A shoulder bash can be activated after landing a light attack. The Warden's main combo is chaining shoulder bashes and light attacks until he runs out of stamina or his opponent moves out of the way. The Warden's shoulder bash is his most powerful tool, and his entire kit centers around manipulating it in different ways. If you manage to hit an enemy with one shoulder bash, you've opened them up for an onslaught that will take an unknowledgeable foe from 100 to 0. Now, you're probably thinking, but most people are smart enough to dodge out of the way, and you're right, but shoulder bash is versatile. It connects, you double light attack, and you ready another shoulder bash, but your opponent doesn't want to get roughed around again, so they dodge backwards. When that happens, cancel your bash into a guard break, double light attack, then prepare a third shoulder bash. Some characters have the option to dodge and attack at the same time. When this happens, cancel your bash altogether, parry, guard break, and start the chain all over again. The only way to guarantee escape from this chain is dodge rolling, but if you have a predictable pattern with bashing, guard breaking, and canceling, your opponent will stop the chain on their own. Because of that, your actions should be reactive instead of pre-planned. The ability for the Warden to use several different options during his shoulder bash is something commonly referred to as a vortex. It feels good when you make it work, but the truth is, once someone's been swept up in the Warden's storm once or twice, they'll know its weaknesses. And besides that, you've got to have good reactions to pull it off. Because of that, you shouldn't rely solely on this wombo combo to best your foes. Your top light attack, crushing COUNTERSTRIKE, is a quick hit that might catch someone off guard when you're feinting. But landing a light bop on the top of someone's head is not its main function. It's the ultimate counter-attack. Whether you bait someone to attack your top guard or it happens naturally, you should always consider COUNTERSTRIKE as an option. It deals an insane amount of damage, and it's a shock to your opponent's system. It doesn't guarantee any follow-up hits, but after using it successfully, there's a good chance your enemy is shitting their pants and looking to clean it up. Shoulder bash, another light attack, guard break, or a zone attack. They're all viable options after a crushing COUNTERSTRIKE. The Warden's zone attack is another powerful tool in his arsenal, but it's not one to throw around willy-nilly. It's quick and it does decent damage, but if it misses, your opponent can land a free guard break. Same thing applies if it's blocked. If you've sent out a zone attack once and it connected, I can guarantee your opponent will be watching their left guard more carefully for the remainder of the fight, making that move incredibly dangerous. I find it most useful as a tool to get out of ugly situations. If someone's up in your face and you want some space, zone attack. Guy at the bar keeps pushing on you, zone attack. At a fancy restaurant and your debit card gets declined, manage your finances a little better, then zone attack and tell the waiter to try the card again because payday was yesterday and there's no way your card got declined. My point is, it's a great move for special occasions. The Warden's kit is very bare bones, and that's his biggest flaw. He doesn't have the elegant feints of the Kensei, the impenetrable defense of the Conqueror, or the speed of the Peacekeeper. He's just a man with a sword and a really stiff shoulder. To be successful with this character, you need mastery of the fundamentals of For Honor, feinting, parrying, guard breaking, etc., but also a thorough understanding of your limited set of skills. A few things to note: knocking an enemy into a wall via a throw or a shoulder bash will guarantee a top heavy attack if your timing is right. A side heavy attack after a guard break is guaranteed to connect, but that's not your only option after landing a guard break from a neutral position. Light attacks deal less damage, but they allow you to initiate your shoulder bash. Finally, you can land a top heavy attack on an out of stamina opponent. There's definitely more nuance to the Warden that I haven't mentioned or figured out, but that will be up to you to discover should you choose to make him your main. As a Vanguard, the Warden can do well against every opponent, but in my experience he struggles against longer ranged opponents. The Nobushi, Valkyrie, Kensei, and even the Lawbringer can keep themselves well outside of shoulder bash range and poke you before it even has a chance to charge, making it difficult for you to use your strongest opener. On the other hand, Assassins are a special treat for the Warden because they have all of the ingredients to make a Vortex cocktail. That's not to say some Assassins won't best you, but if you get a good read on their patterns, you can punish all of their movements with the right reactions from your shoulder bash. In 4 vs 4 content, the Warden is a flexible general purpose character that can perform well anywhere. He can be spec'd for group buffs and support via Inspire and Morale Booster, or a durable solo fighter adept at holding down single objectives and dueling enemies with Second Wind and Stalwart Banner. All in all, the Warden is a powerful, intimidating fighter, but he's simple. If your opponent can compose themselves while under a seemingly never-ending onslaught, you'll be in trouble, but you'll have enough tools in your belt to deal with whatever they have to dish out. So there you go, this has been an overview of the Warden. As always, the name of the game is For Honor, the name of the channel is iBluairJgR Gaming for Comedy. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.